Hello and welcome to Health Matters on Channels Television. We are glad you could join us. I am Mary Alale Yusuf. Varicose veins are swollen and enlarged veins. Most people who know what they look like think of those discolored, lumpy, bulging or twisted rope-like structures in the legs of some pregnant women and post-pregnant women. It's a very common condition, and statistics have variously put the prevalence between 20 to 40% of the population. So why don't we hear more about varicose veins? With me on the show today is a consultant cardiothoracic and vascular surgeon at the Lagos University Teaching Hospital, Idi-Araba. He's also the Assistant Secretary General of the Association of Cardiovascular and Thoracic Surgeons of Nigeria, ACTSN. You're welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you very much.
Dr. Augustine Olubemi. Okay, you're welcome to the show. Why do those veins get that way?
Why?
Why do those veins get that way? Lumpy, bumpy, gnarled?
Okay, it's because there's a distortion in the normal flow of the veins.
Okay.
Okay. The veins in the body, especially in the lower limbs, in the legs, are divided into two groups. You have the ones that are called deep and the ones that are called superficial. The deep ones are within the muscles. The superficial ones are just under the skin.
Okay.
So varicose veins has to do with the ones that are just under the skin, not the deep ones. So when there is an obstruction or a clog or a problem with the valves in the veins in the deep channel.
Veins have valves?
Yes, veins have valves in the deep channels. Once there's an obstruction there, then it's like a hold-up, a pullback, which now affects the superficial veins.
Okay.
So the superficial veins now dilate, and some of them gets very elongated and even tortuous. Okay, and that is what you call varicose veins, because they manifest by, you see the disfiguring on the lower limbs of the legs.
Does it have implication for the blood flow in those veins?
Yes, there is implication for the blood flow. Now, there are two major blood vessels in the body. You have the arteries. The arteries carry blood from the heart to the different parts of the body.
Okay.
The veins, on the other hand, carry blood from other parts of the body to the heart. Okay, so that's where it comes in. So if there is a blockage within that part of carriage of blood back to the heart. Now, apart from that, the normal veins have valves, and those valves are a one-way traffic. So blood goes through to the heart.
It goes up,
and then
it doesn't come down.
It shouldn't come down. But in patients with varicose veins, the valves becomes dysfunctional. So as the blood is going up, the blood is also coming down. Sometimes the valve is so dysfunctional that blood is not even going, okay, or it's going very sluggishly. So when there's a problem with that valve, okay, or there's an obstruction to that flow pattern, then varicose vein results.
I'm surprised this isn't a worse problem for us than we are seeing, because first of all, you are describing an enormous task.
Yeah.
Flow of blood against gravity.
Yes.
That's a lot of work.
Yes.
And then it's disrupted, and instead it's flowing down.
Yes.
Doesn't that mean infection?
No, it doesn't mean infection.
Okay.
You see, infection is, there is a pathogen, an organism that is causing, that is replicating, that is growing, okay? And it is causing a lot of changes in the body. The body is responding to it. But varicose vein is not an infection in itself, okay? It simply means that varicose vein just means there is a blockage of the onward transfer of blood to the heart, and it is causing the vein to dilate. However, when that happens, because of that slow, sluggish movement, blood and fluid begin to seep out of the veins. And when that happens, you discover that the leg begin to swell up, they begin to have pains, they begin to have a lot of problems. Now, there's a particular substance.
To stand out there.
Yes, there's a particular substance in the blood, we call it hemosiderin. Now, it seeps out of the blood into the tissues, and that will cause itching. It can cause some form of pain, and can cause some skin changes.
Okay, let me just quickly ask you.
Yeah.
People think of varicose veins, they think of legs.
Yes.
Is it only legs it happens?
No. Varicose veins can happen anywhere, but it's more common in the legs. You see, because these veins drain against gravity. Another common thing, common area where it happens, not very common, is around the pelvis in women.
Okay.
Around the pelvis. So you have what you call the gonadal vessels or internal iliac vessels. Okay. Those vessels can also get engorged, especially in patients that are pregnant or women that have fibroid.
Okay.
Okay. Those vessels can get engorged. So, and you see around the pelvis here, you see the vessels just the way you see
on
the varicose veins on the legs.